So we are here in Leogang, Austria.
It was pretty grim on Thursday. Maybe 8 degrees and raining.
So we got the call a couple hours before the short track because I had not prepared to race.
Yeah, I knew right away that something was not right.
Never have I put this much intent and drive behind this mission of getting back to the top.
Actually, Jenn is the cookie making machine. She's like a secret, what's like a professional baker? What's the name? Like a bakery chef. Baker? Sure. Is that like
You asked for it.
First vehicle, my first like street legal vehicle was a 15-passenger van.
Big mom vibes.
For like the first 5 years of my life.
That's quite the travel. Actually, it was pretty simple. Toronto to Munich, and then 2-hour drive. We're enjoying the sun while it's out because it's not supposed to be like this tomorrow. Or all
Independent woman right there. She just straight lines it. Just wait for me to work. There's a trampoline!
That is max danger.
Don't get on that.
Max danger. I can't not though. You know that, right?
8, 9, 7, 4.
It was pretty grim on Thursday. There were not a lot of people who chose to pre-ride, but it was our first day here and we hadn't seen the course yet. It was maybe 8 degrees and raining. It felt colder and just a bit of a mudslide out there, but once you're all dressed up and in the woods, like the temperature wasn't so bad, but the conditions were super soupy.
Well, welcome to Austrian mountains weather. It's exactly kind of what I anticipated, to be honest. The weekend is supposed to be 27 and sunshine, so I got my sunbathing yesterday in, and today is more about just getting through the pre-ride. To be honest, I'm excited. We just came from Quebec, and there was so much mud there, so I feel like I kind of rehearsed for this week in a fun way.
For the first couple days, we went pre-riding on the track, and knowing what this track can be like, we just went straight for the mud tires. We didn't try to mess around with the intermediates because it can get a little dangerous with the descents. There's a lot of roots on the descents, but also just the steepness. I think it's, a 30-degree chutes almost like on the descent. So yeah, we just kind of lowered the suspension pressure a little bit, and then just went full mud tires.
Course was like wet slick mud. It wasn't like stickier mud, so it actually was maybe a little bit more forgiving to ride because it would just wash with you, but it definitely made for slow going. The ground gets super heavy here when it gets wet because we spent a lot of time on grassy fields and like gravel climbs, so the course was just riding really slow, which made it like a very challenging pre-ride. Short track days are always hard because they're long, and not because the race is long. It's only 20 minutes of racing. We don't race till 5:30 in the evening. So in the morning, just like killing some time, I'll spin on the rollers, go for a walk. and then just chill, take a little nap, and until I have pre-race meal. But after I did my spin and had some lunch, I was just chilling and just went to check the start list, and I noticed there was a lot of substitutes. So as I scrolled down, I saw that Emily had gotten in, and I was like, I don't know if she knows this. Like, this just went up. So I sent her a message asking, like, hey, you in for short track? And she was like, what?
This morning has kind of been kind of not quite a whirlwind, but in a good way. I was not planning on racing the short track. The plan was to race the cross country on Sunday, and then I guess enough people had declined to race the short track, and I got the notification just 2 hours ago that I'm in the start. So I feel like there's a lot of manifestation going on, and I get rehearse what I've been really working hard on, and hopefully, yeah, see if we can put it into play and use this as an opportunity to take a big step forward.
And here we go! We are in Leogang, Japan!
Is that right though? Yeah. Oh my God. We're such tomorrow.
I didn't even question it. When we were sitting at breakfast and we just said 21, I was like, oh, that's yeah.
Oh my God. The third row. Oh, that's so cool.
I took a slide in the mud, and I was in a pretty good position for like the first 3 laps. So, the first third, quarter to a third of the race, and then had the slide and like was inside the top 20, and then just kind of got just absolutely shot back. Where I went down, it was at the bottom of a flyover, so I had to run up the flyover, jump back on, and then just struggled to get back into the pedals because the mud was really humping. So that kind of took the literal wind out of my sails, just in terms of momentum, but also just a little bit of fight out of me. I was having like a bit of a hard day.
I just know what Sunday's gonna be like. It's gonna be really hard, but it's gonna be fun. Like, I think the course is gonna tack up. It's supposed to be a little bit drier tomorrow and Sunday, so we'll be able to rally on the descents and then just suffer on the climbs.
What happened? Yeah, so on Saturday, we had early training. The women's training slot was like 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning, so it's like first thing, which is kind of nice because then you can get it done and then recover for the afternoon before our race on Sunday. But I didn't get around to that. I'm actually still recovering, and I'll be recovering for a couple weeks because I crashed in training and ended up breaking my elbow. Yeah, so that was an unexpected turn of events. Yeah, so on the first descent, so like the very top of the course, it's like a steep kind of fall line section, and the mud had turned like more peanut buttery by Saturday because it was like not raining the day before and was starting to dry up a bit. So got about halfway down where there's about a bit of a catch point where you kind of go between 2 rocks and then set up for the bottom where there's some roots and then the exit. And I just kind of had to cut my speed and just like bobbled at that little like stop point. Kind of was down, like put my foot down, got off the bike, hiked myself back up because I was just like in this mindset, like, you know what, if it's gonna be like slippery tomorrow, I just need to be able to recover these mistakes for the race. And so I just like went back up to roll in again. And then similar thing, just rolled into that section and like, was carrying a bit of momentum. And as I got to that stop point, like I just committed to riding through that like awkward transition. As I rolled into the bottom part, it's just quite rooty, and I just was a little bit off the line I should have been for the right-hand exit, and it just kind of pushed me. I think this is, maybe I just like was overcommitted to trying to stay on the bike and just felt like, okay, if I get pushed down low here, if I just stay on the bike and just like the wheels, I can just like let the wheels catch where the B line reconnects and square up, and then I'll be okay. But instead of squaring up and carrying the momentum out, just kind of, the bike just folded me over, and then I was with the other side, just like kind of elbow and body into a big rock. And yeah, I knew right away that something was not right. Like, it's like that feeling where you hit your funny bone and it just kind of goes numb and then it gets sore. We had to go to the hospital for some stitches, which then turned into x-rays, which then turned into a broken ulna, some tricep muscle damage, and surgery, a couple days at the hospital. This was a big 180 on the momentum I felt like I had for this season too, coming out of the first block of the year. So instead of just being in a really good place heading into the meat of the season, the bulk of my season is now going to be just the rehab and the rebuild. So I have 2 weeks of in the cast, so not doing too much. Maybe I'll be able to get on the trainer a bit, but I don't want to push it either because I don't want to like drain my motivation. I honestly don't know, but hopefully, you know, by the end of July, start of August, I can be back riding fast. I'm gonna miss mountain biking so much. I love riding bikes. I don't know why it did this to me.
That's awesome.
So today is the pre-ride day before we race the cross-country race tomorrow, and we have beautiful sunshine and energy is amazing. And yeah, I don't know. It was a good track ride. It was kind of just piece everything together at the last minute, go over the plan in my head and make sure the equipment's running well. And yeah, it was good. There was a few technical sections that I think a lot of riders were having trouble with, and I also found one section and I enjoyed playing in the mud for a quick second. But yeah, it was running well, and I think tomorrow it's going to be pretty much dried completely because it does dry fast here, and with all the other riders, it's gonna dry quickly. So it's a good pre-ride day, and now I'm going to jet back to the hotel and then focus on recovery and my plan for tomorrow. So we're here in Leogang, Austria for World Cup number, and it's a beautiful day, and yeah, an opportunity to put everything into practice. I'm feeling super good, loving the track, loving the weather, loving my equipment, new bike day. I feel stoked and ready, so it's time to go to battle.
That was good. That was incredible. What a race. That was so good. Phenomenal. That was so good. You looked amazing.
Feeling actually super good. I think everything was clicking. I just got in off the start here. There was a couple riders that maybe changed lanes a little too aggressively, and it grabbed my front wheel, and then we started leaning into each other, and when you start leaning into each other, and the speed is accelerating. It was a big crash, right, like 20 meters into the start. So I think I was dead last the whole climb. So the whole race I was just trying to catch up, and I felt so good. Like I felt like that was a top 10 performance for sure. So we're actually sharing we're in the same hotel hallway, and Teresa came for a massage yesterday, and their family is just finishing a 30-day travel from Paris, and they finished here in Leogang for the World Cup to watch us race today. So the whole family, as young as 8 years old, just rode for 30 days. Well, as a family, I mean, I come from a cycling family, so this is a huge thing for me because that's what we did as a family. So collectively, you guys will remember this trip forever. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, we love your Iceland trip.
Oh, okay. So you I get it. I mean, I'm really starting to believe in what I've got going on in my fitness, and just my mental strength and everything is really coming together. And I want to fight, and I want to be here, and I want to be back on those front rows and back in this short track and fighting for those podium spots really soon.